the Social Unacceptable But Sober podcast. My name is Dino. I am an alcoholic.
I'm Jonathan. I'm an alcoholic.
I'm Matt Alcoholic.
That's Matt and Jonathan. What's going on?
What's up, buddy?
How's everybody?
How you doing there, little fella?
I'm not tired. Guys, so welcome episode 6?
7.
7.
Get your shit together.
Always late.
Wow, episode 7, man. This is getting to be a habit. Cool. I'm down with this habit. This is a good habit.
I love this habit.
Before we move on, share, like, subscribe. My man Jonathan's going to tell you how.
Yeah, buddy. Instagram, we're at Subs Podcast 1. YouTube is at Subs Podcast. TikTok, subs.podcast.
Had to fucking do it.
Always 1. So since you didn't get TikTok, subs.podcast1. And email us at subspodcast1@gmail.com. I did get a comment from a listener asking how they make comments on Spotify if they're listening to the podcast, because we're on Spotify, we're on Apple Music, we're on Amazon Podcasts, pretty much wherever, except for I didn't do my due diligence and look at iHeartRadio, but or Pandora. Boo this man.
You suck.
But you can post comments. Like Spotify has a area for comments if you want to post them there. But easiest way is comment on the YouTube video. Let us know what's up. And
Cool.
Yeah, that's what we got. That's our links.
Awesome. Guys, remember, share it, love it, like it, subscribe, all that stuff.
Yeah.
Comments. Do we have any comments so we can talk about that?
Yeah, comments. Let's talk about some comments. So 2 days ago, we had a comment on the Powerless episode from last week. Excuse me for the interruption. The trio is terrific. Keep trudging that road.
It's a happy destiny.
Yep. Keep doing what you're not doing. Keep doing what you're not doing anymore. More people need to hear this.
I get it.
Yeah.
It took a second because drugs are bad. You know what I mean? Thank you very much. I appreciate that.
Yeah, all right there.
That's a good comment.
Yeah. Okay. I just read this. Was the comment. It starts with, I just read this. One of the definitions of humility is having an awareness of one's own character defects. To recognize and acknowledge that one has imperfections is to be humble. We should never pray for ourselves unless by doing so would benefit or help another person. Oh boy, this is a long one. To have self-important puts self first, and this is not humble. We each have strengths and we each have weaknesses. Both the strengths and weaknesses are sacred. Life is sacred. We learn sacred things from weakness as also. Therefore, our lives are developed through trial and error, strength and weakness, ups and downs, gains and losses. All of these are part of the life, and life is sacred. I still find powerless a weakness, but on the flip side of that, my acceptance of my powerless essentially gives me power. Sending love from Southwest Florida.
Love it.
Keep spreading the word. Recover loudly, baby. And then we got another, guys, great job. Very cool. Scott. I can't believe you guys are my friends. Mr. Matt, I need your number. You go figure that one out. And then I think
We
the
still
other
don't know
ones.
who that is, right?
We don't. It's Sean something. Sean LS. So Sean, if you're there, identify yourself or remain anonymous. Nobody.
Whatever you like.
Whatever you want. Whatever you want.
We love you anyway. I love that that long comment. I love it.
Yeah, it was
You
good.
know, when we were talking about the powerless, talking about it being like, what was like, in other words, like weak or
Weakness,
something like
but
that.
in the end,
But in the end, it's like, surrender to win. It's like a paradoxal type of thing. Yeah. I practiced that word all week. Paradoxal. Yeah, absolutely. Thank you very much for that comment. That was a beautiful, awesome comment. I loved it. What else?
that's it. That's all we got.
No, so that is it for the comments. That's it for the comments. But like I was saying, I was taking notes this week.
Uh-oh.
They're car notes. I did
Tuesday.
Yeah.
It's Tuesday.
No, it's Friday, guys.
Oh, yeah, right.
You won't even notice.
We're recording early this week because Jonathan and I will both be away Fridays, but we wanted to get the show and to remain consistent with our posting. So,
Bam.
what is that?
Commitment.
Commitment, baby. What do you got? Notes.
All right. So I told Matt one of my ideas. It was bad ideas. I'm going to charge money for good. Well,
This was his deal. He said, I got these ideas. Okay, they suck. I'm going to charge $20 a piece. I said, okay, here's the promo. Give them 5 for 20.
Because then I know I got it, a winner.
No, 5 for 100. I mean, 5 for 100.
5 for 100. Yeah. But also, I wanted to give a shout out to you guys. So I don't know, you don't have the iPhone, but you have the iPhone. You know, you have the favorite section.
No, I don't know anything. I'm not savvy like that.
Well, I need, because I have a lot of contacts in my phone, which you probably do. You could actually benefit from this. But I have like top people that I can call, emergency contact, my wife, parents, sisters on there.
That iPhones are not the only phones that have that.
Yeah. Well, I don't know any other phones
Just
out there.
saying.
There's no other phones out there other than an iPhone. It's the only thing that exists. That's what Mac has taught me.
I got the Google Pixel.
But you guys made it to my favorites a while ago because it's easy, because I find myself in the car. I need to make a call. I need to get in touch with my network.
Got to go to the go-to.
Boom, there's my network.
That's right.
there. I don't have
That's
to
right.
search through it, you know? So for those people out there that the phone is 5,000 pounds, these are favorites, man.
Bro, the crazy part about it is we talk so much that all I have to actually do is go to my texts, and one or you two or Joe or somebody in my network is literally right at the top all the time anyway. That's all I have to do is just go hit text. I'm like, there's John and Matt. And we're all pretty much on the group text anyway. So
That was a pretty funny story when you thought I was your brother talking to you, because we have the same name.
yeah. Well, because I'm the idiot who don't. I put Jonathan and then Jonathan, and I was inviting him to my son's graduation,
and I just
and
met
he's
you.
and he's going on with it. He was like, "I'll go wherever you want me to go, pal." And I'm like, "Are you all right, bro? Like, how high are you right now?" And then we figured it out. So I had to change my brother's contact to brother John.
Jonathan? Yeah.
Shout out to John.
Oh, we got to give a shout out.
Yeah. Really good friend of ours passed away today. Ray Rosa came into the program, a very, very in his shell gentleman. Didn't say 2 words, didn't look at anybody in their eyes. And just like all of us, slowly but surely, we start making eye contact. We start having conversations, start talking on the phone. But I remember the first pig roast that he came to. And he just busted out of that show, man. The DJ was going. He's in there popping and locking and moving, just bugging. I'm like, damn, I didn't know you. He was like, yeah, man, I'm a B-boy from the hood. And I'm like, you did not look like that to me, bro.
Yeah, hell yeah.
And we became really good friends. We actually did a bunch of step studies together. Great guy. Ended up with liver cancer. Actually, a liver transplant survivor first. Got sober. And hung in there, and then cancer came back, affected his new liver, and passed away today.
Yeah.
So, shout outs to Ray
He was
Rosa.
part of the 815 crew.
8/15, baby. Same date, right?
Same sober date.
Same sober date. Prayers go out to his family.
Yeah.
That's a hard one, even though when you even expect it, it's still hard. So, yeah, he was a good dude, man. I wish you were able to meet this guy, man.
Yeah,
but
he was solid.
he stopped coming a while, like right before COVID,
After
because
COVID, yeah, he didn't want
he
to
was
be
real
around
worried
people.
about
High
it.
risk, yeah.
He was
High
real
risk,
worried
yeah,
about
yeah,
it. So,
yeah. That makes sense.
but we kept in contact. But eventually, he wasn't even
I
able
just see
to
him at
talk.
Costco.
Yeah, he wasn't
worked at
able.
Costco.
He wasn't able to talk anymore. Like he didn't have a voice. So yeah, it's a sad one, man. It really sucks, but you know, life, man.
He went out sober.
He
went
did,
out
sure
sober.
did, man. I'd rather die with it than from it. You know what I mean? So
Big time.
So shout out to Ray Rosa, my man. Rest in peace, my man.
Yeah. Rest in peace. There was another, this, you'll remember this, and I don't think we got clarification from this from Dino. But remember a while back, maybe like a couple months ago, I sent out a group text. I might have been going to a vacation or coming back, and I sent a group text. I was like, hey, would you guys be down for
A group vacation.
a group vacation? And I
Yeah,
said
he
no.
shot it down.
I said
instantly.
no right
bro,
away.
you literally just said no with no
No,
explanation.
the best part was there was 2 questions asked. He gave one answer, no.
For both.
Yeah.
What was the other question?
I don't remember, but there was 2 questions. You gave one answer. I was like, "Are you answering both of those?" And you're like, "Yes."
Yes.
Bro,
Yes.
that would be so much
Yes
fun.
to no. Oh, I don't know, man.
That's a lot.
That's-
You just lied. You just lied.
Because you want to know what happens? Not everybody wants to do the same thing.
You ain't gotta.
Yeah, you're
Yeah.
right. So, okay, let's go on a vacation. Matter of fact, let's go on a vacation. I need a fucking vacation.
Yeah, bro.
Bad, bro.
Tomorrow.
We could bring the boogie
Yesterday,
boards.
I needed. Did you say boogie boards?
That's the soft spot.
All right, we're
Boogie
getting
Board
sidetracked.
Yeah.
All right,
So anyway, subscribe, like, share, love us, all that stuff. Keep coming with the comments. The reason why we do this is to get a message out there, a message of hope. If you need help, you can always contact us. We got a guy that can get you some help. Trust and believe. We understand what you're going through. If you're on the fence, get in touch with us. We got a guy that can get you some help. Today,
Nationwide.
absolutely.
Anywhere.
We
in
ain't
the
just
country.
sitting in no basement no more. We ain't just basement dwellers no more. We eventually leave this room. So tonight we have another topic.
Yes.
Which is a surprise.
Surprise topic. They're all surprises. Surprise, motherfucker. All rise, motherfucker. All right, so I was beating back and forth on two topics.
Beating it.
Yeah, all right. You know what? I should have just fucking expected that. I shouldn't even. I gotta watch the
You
words I
can't
use.
lob stuff out there like that, bro.
Just beat it. So the first one is a go-to, and I thought this was what you were gonna go with last week. You're like, oh, it's my go-to when I don't think of one, and that's gratitude. Which I like. I mean, I love that. I have a life full of gratitude. I wake up grateful that I freaking woke up, you know. But I thought this topic rang a little deeper with me in terms of how my relationship, higher power and spirituality, like how that works in your life, you know, and what were the signs that kind of led up like we say, there's no coincidences.
Right.
And for my life, everything was a series of like what I thought were mistakes.
Or coincidences.
Or I'm just the unlucky one that always gets caught. You know, like everybody, like, how do I have 3 DWIs? Everybody else is
Suck at driving.
you suck at driving.
How do I
got
get 3
none.
DWIs and I
got
was
none.
sober for one of them?
Yeah, because you. And then through my sobriety, there was this shift in psyche, and part of that was gratitude. I started to have gratitude for the men in my life, the people in my life, and even most, as important were the people that stuck around through my life. You know, like the people that didn't turn tail and run, and that was a very small group of people, very small. I mean, the shit that I put my mother through, she could have ran a long time ago. Yeah. And my wife, on top of that, she lived through this for 5 years.
Angels.
Glutton.
Yeah. And so I was grateful for that. And the first year of my recovery or so, I would say, I just did what other people told me to do because I saw it working in their lives. I didn't necessarily believe anything. I often say, like, I'm a recovering Catholic because I had to kind of unwind some of those ideals that was instilled into me, right? Because what I was taught was, for the shit I did, I'm going to go to hell.
Going to hell.
Bro. Fire and brimstone's come to get me, you know? And then with that mindset, well, then what's the point, man? Then I might as well just keep fucking around.
Yeah,
Right.
Keep fucking around. And one of these guys kind of, he led me by the hand. My first sponsor got me through the steps and helped me get a better appreciation. He did book studies with me so we could read a paragraph, because I still don't retain stuff very well. So we'd read like a few sentences and stuff, and it'd start to click a little bit. I'd retain some stuff. And then, magically, so I thought, I had gotten a year sober, and I was like, holy shit. And that year was like so huge for me. I couldn't believe, never in my life was I able to stay sober for that long. And even when I look back, the most period of time that I was able to stay sober.
No, stop saying that.
What?
You
Clean.
might have been dry.
Well, I was fucking getting there.
Wow, you're a
My bad,
psychic.
Playboy.
I know.
Or psycho.
I wasn't even sober because there was still shit. I wasn't even. I was clean from certain substances, but I was still like, it wasn't actually a genuine effort until I looked at this and I was like, wow, I did this raw dog. Like, no, nothing else but God and the program, and that's what carried me through.
That's right.
The fucking. You don't need to clap, man. It's consistent. Once it claps once.
Oh, we're applauding you.
So,
Let's make that a short. The clap and his little laugh.
So my second year sober, I think it was my second year, I started to learn a little bit about relationship with higher power, how you develop that. I mean, I had a foundation for it, right? Because I was doing these things people were telling me to do. I was getting on my knees and praying in the morning. I was thanking higher power at night. I was saying the Lord's Prayer. I was doing all this stuff. And it was keeping me sober, so something was fucking working. It definitely was not me. I committed to that fact. I have no part in this because I literally gave my life over to somebody else and like, all right, figure it out for me. And by circumstances and as life on life's terms, my first sponsor ended up having to do some more research after like a good amount of time. And I immediately, the program taught me I need to have somebody in my life. And I got a new sponsor that has been coming around, was a real staple of our group in New York. And just as it would be, he is a very spiritual man. And he taught me his perspective on spirituality, which helped grow mine. And I kind of learned, some of the ins and outs of my relationship. But it's just like anything else, man. If I want to be friends with you, I want to have a relationship with you, I got to start somewhere. I'm not just going to pray and like,
Boom. We're going to appear.
Exactly. Yeah. Right. And so that's what he taught me, and I started developing this relationship when a phone didn't work, when nobody was there to pick up the call, or I was stuck with my own thoughts. I wasn't actually alone. I had someone to talk to, probably the most important person to talk to. So that really catapulted the rest. And then as time goes on, you look at your history. I looked at mine and I saw, holy shit, bro.
I think the history.
Holy shit, man.
Big teacher.
Yeah, like there was a whole...
The teacher.
I think I just thought of my one time, bro. Because there was an incident where I'm like, holy fuck, I didn't die? And I don't remember any of it. And I walked out like completely scot-free. And it was like, what the fuck? Wow.
But you never thought of that.
Someone's face, did you?
What? No,
Dick stick on someone's face.
But at that time, you didn't realize what was really happening. You just, it was
clueless.
Luck.
It was, yeah. It wasn't even a thought of luck. It was like, what do I do? Like I got to figure out how do I get it again? How do I get back where
That formula.
Yeah. Like, let me just keep exploring the world, Since then, I like to add in, I talk about this too, is meditation, bro, is fucking something.
Can I interrupt you real quick?
You can do whatever you want, man. This is your show.
Can I just get in a nutshell what the actual fucking topic is?
Gratitude.
No, it ain't.
Now it's not.
Oh.
That's the problem.
Is that why I look confused?
8 fucking
Spirituality.
things.
Oh, spirituality. Oh, you were going to use gratitude.
Yeah, I love gratitude.
And then you went
gratitude
into
brought me to spirituality.
Brought you to spirituality.
Because
Because
spirituality. How did you develop that relationship?
yeah.
Okay,
Clear?
clear now.
Crystal.
Super.
Beautiful.
That's for me, that's not an easy question to answer and an easy question to answer at the same time. It was history, my history. When I look back on my history and think of, man, I got away with that one, or I can't believe I'm still alive, and all these things that led up to that day. And as I sit and I think about that stuff, and I'm like, how am I still here, man? How am I still here? What the hell, man? Like I say this all the time, statistically, I'm not supposed to be here, man. We hear a lot of dudes. We go to a lot of wakes, a lot of funerals. People don't make it. You know what I mean? So what happened? Why?
How long did you take the credit for still being here?
Of this sobriety here? Not even once.
No. I'm saying this was the time that made it real for you.
Yeah.
I don't know that you have many failed attempts.
Yeah.
But I mean, not failed. They weren't real attempts. I would
Right.
say.
Right.
I
So
came
this
around.
is kind of like one of
Yeah.
your
I guess.
first real attempt, and you
Fully
stuck.
sober. Yeah.
Yeah. So me and this idiot, not so much.
Not so much.
So there would be times like life was going on, and I'm getting through all these scrapes, and I'm thinking, I'm a fucking bad man.
Yeah.
And then I'll get someone like you guys who want to come talk to me about spirituality. I'm like, you're a sucker, bro.
You're an idiot.
I am doing this. Don't you know?
Yeah.
And that's just the craziest part of it.
So there was a lot of things for me, especially in the very beginning. Like my third day in my last rehab which was 3 days clean, right? I was ready to go because I'm good now. You know what I mean? I literally was. I was like, all right, I know what I got to do now, right? This is what I've been saying. I know what I got to do now. And
Just got to do it.
it's the first time that I actually noticed a group of guys that don't know me from, 'cause I just met these guys 3 days ago, that kind of like embraced me and said, sit down, man, we got to talk to you.
Slow down.
You know what I mean? And they were like, listen,
Simmer down.
this is this thing that you have that makes you think like this. Because I was like, 3 days in sobriety. Wrap it up. Let's go, guys. I know what I got to do now. I have to hurry up. I got to go get a job.
Yeah.
I got to take care of my kids. You don't understand. I got
Yes.
my ex-wife's breathing down my neck. Well, I haven't taken care of them like shit, more than 2.5 years. But,
Yeah.
How's the
and
time?
they were like, and they made me realize that this thing that I have makes me think the way I think, right? And I looked at them, and the look in their eyes was, please don't leave, man. You're gonna die if you leave. And I was looking at their eyes. I'm like, all right. You got a point. You're right.
You might have a point.
You're right. I do this all the time, like 29 days at best. You know what I mean? And we're talking 3 days in. Food sucks, bed sucks. I know what to do now, and I'm out.
Gotta go.
Yeah.
And they embraced me. They didn't like, you're stupid. They just said, listen, sit down. And these are guys just as couple of weeks sober. You know what I mean?
Wow.
Yeah, it was a
God
beautiful,
put you in the right place.
beautiful spiritual house I was in. Viewpoint Recovery Program in Stamford, Connecticut. And I saw genuine love in these strange guys' eyes, man. They were like, don't go. Do yourself a favor and don't go, because we don't want to see nothing bad happen to you. Like, there was love automatically. And I'm like, these guys got like 30 days. Like,
Yeah.
and I was like, okay, you're right. I'll stay.
And you know what? Every one of them might have went back out.
Every single one of them has gone
They
back
were
out.
there for you, and that's what.
I'm the last man standing on that 12-man house.
Yep.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
But they were all there to save you.
They were all there to save me. And it was, I want to call them little things, but they're never a little thing. They're never a little thing. I used to say that little thing happened, and that really got me going on the next.
Yeah.
But there are always big things. Because, brother, I was ready to bounce out of that and jump on the train back to Waterbury because I know how to do this now.
Yeah.
Fixed.
Oh, 35 years of not knowing how to do it, and all of a sudden, 3 days later,
Golden.
and it was like thing after thing after thing. Like the sponsor I got out there, Jeffrey G, man. Oh, spiritual.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Just God, more God, more God, more God. Let's talk about God. Let's read this and let's read that. And, just watching him and watching those guys, they always say stick with the winners. Man, I don't know if this sounds arrogant or whatever, but out there where I got sober, winners everywhere, man. I mean, just nobody was about messing around here, man. And just watching them and listening to them and then continue to watch them and go, wow, like these guys are doing this thing, man.
Yeah. They ain't no joke.
I'm a firm believer that when we're ready to see the stuff, we see it.
Yes.
Because we're surrounded by winners here.
All the time.
But for how many years, I didn't see none. Because I didn't want to be around.
Yeah.
I'm not buying into this shit. So fuck all of you.
Yeah.
And I'm the winner. Right? I'm going to go climb into my dumpster tonight. Motherfucking.
Get my half-eaten cheeseburger.
And I'm good. Right?
Is that Ritz?
You start seeing these things.
You do.
For me, it was taking myself out of the equation, taking that step out and look in, and to see what has been going on. And like you said, you look at this track record,
You just look at it.
past, and bam, it sims right up into today, and you're like, I did not make all these things happen. As smart as I think I am, and as amazing as I think I am, I'm not making these things happen.
No.
They're happening in spite of me.
Exactly.
That's the thing.
I had two choices. I can go to this place, Viewpoint Recovery Program, or I could have went somewhere else that held like 55 people.
Yeah.
Co-ed.
You're lost in the sauce. They had a relationship too.
And I said, I don't care.
And
I
another
don't
baby.
care where I go. I don't care which way I go. I just need the help. And the guy goes, you're gonna go here.
Yeah.
And I go, there's 12 guys.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
The sausage
It's a
fest.
spiritual program.
Yeah.
Look, He's like, that's where you're going.
Yeah.
This is where you need to go. And I'm like, nah, I'm in no position to make any decisions right now.
I do have my 10 on Zinnia. Zinnia, is that?
Yeah. Zuela.
Zuela.
71 and a half, Zuela Drive. Boy, I'll never forget that place.
71 and a half.
So things continue to happen, just like these little things. And reading literature in this book that we talk about a lot was eye-opening. I never read that book.
No.
I would open it and pretend like I would be reading
I
along.
didn't do that.
I would just be like, doing that.
I did it.
Never really read words. And like, I wasn't just reading it anymore. I was listening to each word as I was reading them. I would go back to the beginning of the sentence and be like, oh my God.
Yeah.
You know, like little tiny words that would just be like, oh my God. Oh my God.
But that is the same is true, man, for really any not any, but most literature that has a positive impact in people's lives. We are so covered in the negative. We're so that it's like when I read one of those positive things and I'm still sick and suffering, it's like, fuck yes, you fucking
Not
idiot.
for me.
You're an idiot.
That's not me.
Yeah.
Not for me.
Yeah.
If it wasn't
you
for
people, yeah.
And then the sober lenses come on and I read the words and I'm like, fuck, dude, that's heavy. That's big, man. That's big stuff.
Another thing that rocketed was I had gotten a commitment. I'm living in Stanford. I got a commitment in New Canaan. I'm homeless, bro, in Stanford, Connecticut, because that rehab shut down, and I went to the homeless shelter, right? I had gotten a door greeter commitment at this meeting, right? And I'm like, no, I can't. I can't do that. Like, guys, don't you understand? Like, I don't have nothing. I got to bum rides. I got to jump on trains, get kicked off, jump on another train just to get here. They're like, you'll make it. You'll make it. I'm like, I'm not going to make it. They're like, trust. Just trust. You need this commitment. Rely, you'll be here. And I made that whole commitment. I never missed a meeting. I was always there an hour early like they want. And when at the end of that commitment, I'm like, oh my God.
Did it.
I made that it was a 3-month commitment. I did it. You know, and I didn't have a car. I never even had to walk. That was a long freaking walk. So, I mean, I had to walk a little bit, but I did it. And all I had to do was just trust in this process, man. Instead of going, there's no way.
Put the effort in.
Put the effort in. I picked up the phone. I would jump on the train, tell the conductor, I don't have a ticket, but I'm trying to get to a meeting. I'm a door greeter. And he'd be like, he'd just walk right past me.
No shit.
Not, you know what I mean? Not all the time, but you know what I mean? But I wasn't trying to duck him either anymore.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It was just, I was starting to be more honest. Face to face, eye to eye, honest. Like, hey, conductor, listen, I don't have a ticket. I just jumped down this motherfucker. I'm trying to get to a meeting.
Hold it.
I'm trying to get to a meeting.
Don't have to.
And he would just like literally just turn up and just walk by me. And like those, again, little things. Man, I can't dismiss them and I can't call them little. You know, and it just kept doing that and doing that and doing that. And things like, this was a little bit later on in that year and a half of my first year and a half of sobriety, going to get my license back. All right, I had to go to court. So I went into the courthouse and I'm like, I'm going to have to pay a lot of fines and they're not going to, and this is what's going to happen, you know, the projected. I had it all worked out. I'm probably going to have to do time, all this shit. Like I'm already scared to walk into the courthouse as it is because I don't know.
Yeah.
They might come up with some shit. I'm like, damn, I forgot about that.
Yeah.
I told them who I was, told them what I was doing here. And I walked in there with my higher power. This is what I was told to do. And I sat in the court. They were like, go sit in the courthouse. Okay. I sat there. 6-7 hours goes by.
Oh, wow.
Breaks, 15-minute breaks, lunch, coming back. I'm the last one in the courthouse. And I'm like, oh man. Oh Jesus, man.
Down.
They're smoking me,
It's
bro.
going
They
down.
I knew they found something else, man. God, please, man, be with me, please. They're like, do you have a date? And I'm like, well, yeah, this is what they were like. All right, come on up. What's your name? And I told them my name. Literally, before I could open the little gate to get to the desk where you go, morning, you're up. That shit. They're like, Nolly, throw everything out. Mr. D, just pay your restitution. Go get your license. Have an amazing weekend. And I don't know what I look like to them, but this is what my face looked like to me.
Oh my God.
Huh?
What's Nolly?
Okay, I'm about to tell you because I didn't really know what that shit meant. I've heard it a bunch of times, but I've never heard it come after my last name. Nowadays, when they just throw it out, you don't have to pay nothing. They're not gonna put it on your record, nothing. They just threw it all out, and I was like, "What?
Wow.
Just go tell the clerk, and you go pay your restitution." And I turn, and I'm like, "Thank you so much, thank you so much, thank you so much." And I turn around, I start walking, and I feel it.
Yeah.
I know exactly why this is happening. I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing. I'm living 100%, man. I'm trying to help. I'm getting it. I'm doing everything that I've never done ever in my life, to the best of 110%, to the best of my ability. And I start feeling it, the presence. I start feeling it, like, and I start bawling to it. And I go to the clerk's office, like, "I'm supposed to get this baby signed." She was like, "Honey, what are you crying about?" She's like, "This is good news." I'm like, "No, I know it's good news." Like, "You don't understand." I was like,
Yeah.
you know, and it's just been, to this day, it's been like that.
And there's so I know there's, you know, obviously I was one of them, people that struggle with this notion, and it's
chair.
it doesn't.
What? The fucking
We're gonna have a blooper segment pretty soon.
I need to get in on the love here. I need to be looking at the love train. Yep, the tongue came out. So, but there's people that struggle with this, and some of that, you know, like I try to simplify it for people in terms of my experience. It's like a word as easy as synchronicity. Like, I'm not moving against the flow of everything in the world. I'm just walking with it. And if that works for you, then awesome. Go with it. Just go with the flow. An old timer used to say in my old, or a long timer, as you guys like to say, used to say, probably still says it. His epiphany was like just the dude coming up to him being like, "You don't have to paddle against the current anymore. Right. You just swing the boat around." And that could be it. That could be the bridge that opens the door to something wonderful.
Go with the flow.
Who said you're not supposed to hit a few rocks or go down a little waterfall, smash, tip the boat over a little bit, get back in? Who says you're not supposed to do that?
Swim back upstream.
Yeah.
Do it again.
Do it again. Do it again.
That was kind of exciting.
And it's just, like you said, it's been like that forever. And it's I hate saying the little things, man. But also it's the things that didn't go my way. Things that didn't go my way, but still just
worked out. I talked about that last week.
Still going with it. Say, hey, maybe there's a reason for this, right? I've never thought this way. Let me think this way. You know, there's got to be, because, you know, I'm 100% in right now, man. It's all on you. Yeah. You know what I mean? So if this is where you need me to be, if this is what you need to be happening, then maybe I need to just sit still and let you do your thing, and wait till there's another side of this. You know, and fear was huge for me, just like all of us, and it would always drive me back. It would be like, "Oh, I'll take my will back. Let me put a little 2 cents in here. Let me work my magic here a little bit." And I wasn't doing that anymore. And because of people that God works through, talking about fear, everything you ever wanted is right on the other side of that. Yeah. So if you keep going backwards because of it, you're never going to get to the other side of that.
What was your thing last week on fear, your acronym on fear?
Future events appearing real.
Yeah.
I didn't say that into the microphone.
Yeah, future events.
Future events appearing real.
Appearing real. I got more. Face everything and recover, or fuck everything and run. Hit the highway, baby.
Yeah.
Hit the highway.
Fear, man. Fear.
You know, when I was fresh, it was my first week of meetings, fresh home from prison. Fucking, I don't know how many years ago now. And one of the things I heard that first week was pain is in the resistance.
Yeah.
And I resisted anything and everything in this program.
Might as well have been my middle name.
Right. Right. And, you know, when I walked in here, obviously full of fear, shame, guilt, remorse, every negative thing you can think of, I'm full of it. And now they're telling me, we're offering you this thing free. You just got to listen and do the work.
Free.
But I'm so full of all these other things that there's no room for that. And that's the, like, you know, you get these new guys, they come in and you tell them one day at a time. You tell them 1 minute at a time. It's one thing at a time. And it's hard to grasp that concept because, like you just said a little while ago, I got a wife, I got a kids, I got a job, I got all these other things that I never gave one fuck about. But now all of a sudden I'm carting them around off my back because I got all these things to do right now.
Victim excuse mentality.
So
Immediately.
it's just about, checking that ego at the door. And that is very, very difficult. And listen, we all have ego. You don't ever lose it. I do my best to keep it in check sometimes. I mean, that's just the real of it. But the more that I can be less full of ego, the more room there is for God.
Absolutely. Because what does ego stand for?
Easing God out.
Oh, you going there? You going to
Drop
the
it.
acronyms? You
Drop
wanna,
it like
you want
it's
to hear another
hot.
one? How about slip? Oh, I slipped. I had a slip. Oh, what?
Cut that motherfucker off, bro. He's done with
You
the Red
mean-
Bull.
you
Hand it
mean-
over here.
Sobriety lost its priority.
Yeah, man.
Oh, did you hear that one?
That's a good one.
You're good with the sidetrack stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, you like that.
I am. I'm a walking
I
side.
got another nickname for you that I'm not going to say on the microphone.
God, I can't wait to hear it. off the
Interwebs. But yeah, man.
Well, there's a nice saying in the literature. Pain is the touchstone to all spiritual growth.
Right.
If something's hard, it's right. Motherfucker, you give me these looks. You're
leaving
like
that
a
alone.
13-year-old
You're
sitting next
saying
to
the
me.
dumbest shit, though.
What are you doing? We have lost connection. Fuck, he's rubbing his face on the mic.
I thought we were taking a break.
Yeah, pain is
Yes.
pain means
Yes.
yes,
Lord.
Yes, Lord. But if it's difficult, then that means that something is it probably has to be. So
Because it is difficult in the beginning. The longer you do this, the more you put into this, the more work you put into it, the more you connect, these things start to not be as difficult anymore.
Well, you said it earlier, right? That was tonight. Surrender to win.
Surrender to win, man.
As silly as that sounds, it's like, listen, man.
I hated it.
Whoa.
Guys, I fucking hated these stupid slogans like surrender to the dumbest shit. Like these slogans, these words, these little sentences, think, and blah, 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 and all this shit. This not like it.
You know why I hated them so much?
Because
They work.
That's right.
I was scared of them. Because
Too
I
simple
could
to work.
not put
Too
them
simple.
in my... No, it wasn't even that it was too simple. I just couldn't find the magic formula to let it work in my life.
Anyway,
I hope you're fucking editing that, you fucking asshole.
I probably have to. There's gonna be a lot of chopping.
oh yeah, especially with what's going on nowadays, dude.
Oh God, I gotta cut that out. Fucking hell.
Absolutely. All right, let me just fucking be getting death threats. I like that. So yeah.
Yeah.
I
Yes.
just think, man.
Oh, the slogans. Yeah.
Yeah.
Slogans. What and also when in honesty, when did your growth, your relationship start with a higher power?
Oh, if I had to give you a fucking legit time,
Yeah.
07.
Oh.
07, sitting on my bunk. I talked about it in my story in one of the first two shows. When I got my letter for that my parole date was taken.
Yeah.
That was the time I sat there and I said, man, you know what? What am I going to do here?
Yeah.
Although, you know what, man? Maybe realistically,
You almost can't pinpoint
the
it.
last day I was free, I'm sitting in Walgreens parking lot down near the Colonial Plaza. I'm hallucinating. I've been up for a week. And I'm just sitting there talking to myself.
That's crazy.
Yeah. And then
I can relate to that.
in the end, I legit, I'm talking to God. And I said, come on, man. I said, I can't fucking do this no more.
Right.
You gotta fucking kill me today. Let me fucking die, bro, because I can't do it anymore. And prison had no more fear associated with it. Prison was just another day of the week.
Right.
But the other side of fear, of what could possibly be there, I was too afraid to look at that because I was finally really in touch with my track record.
Yeah.
I think for so many years I denied how horrible I existed in this world and how I did my best to have the biggest negative impact on everybody,
Right.
everything that I was involved in. And as I was cocaine-induced hallucinations, I'm talking to God, man, like a motherfucker, and I'm like, bro, at the end of this day, I gotta be dead or I gotta be in prison, but this has to be over. And I promise you, my fucking life I should die tonight. That obsession was relieved that day. I have never, ever consciously thought I need to use today.
Dude, that's insane, dude. Like you've never shared that.
Yeah.
That I know of. That
No, I never
remember.
said that out loud.
And that's like my thing is the same thing.
Yeah, you did it in the park.
Same thing. It's just like, yo, and literally,
yeah.
Since that day, I have never man.
That's not to say that I haven't thought about, oh man, a nice hit or a drink on a hot day. Those fleeting thoughts come and go.
Oh, yeah.
It's up to me if I'm going to entertain that and feed into it. But as far as on a consistent daily
Obsessive
basis,
or
I
none
don't
of that.
obsess over
None of
anything.
None of
You know what used to make me madder than a motherfucker? When someone comes to a meeting and they say, had a drug scene last night. Yeah. Got one for free.
Yeah.
What do you mean? What the fuck do you mean?
You better be careful with that one.
Right.
Man.
That shit used to get me on fire. Like, what do you're that desperate that you're going to take getting high in your fucking dream? Come on.
It didn't work. It never worked for me, though. I mean, I had drug dreams, but it was always about the bad part of it. Like, A, I didn't get high. B, I was always hiding it. And C, like, I either could never find it. I was like, God damn it, I've got all this money for some reason, and I can't fucking score.
Dude, I had a drug dream so vivid one time. It took till about 7:30, 8 o'clock that night to really be convinced that I didn't do it. That it was, dude, I'm like every 10 minutes, if I could be near a mirror, I'm like checking my bank account. I'm like, how did I do it? And I was with a girl at the time, and she was like, you did it. You never left. I'm like, but I did.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, I did. I'm ready to change my clean date and everything. It was I was sad, dude. I'm moping around. I'm like, I can't believe I screwed it up. I was like 2 years sober. I screwed it up.
Yeah.
Those drug dreams, man.
Yeah.
They can keep them. They can keep them.
Faux show.
Yeah.
But I know why I'm here today, man.
Yeah.
There's no denying it anymore for me.
No.
None. Zero. And so, again, he's everything or he's
nothing.
nothing.
Do you know how many I have managed to say that minimally once a day, every day since that night?
But it's true, man. Even the shit that we deem like bad, there's a reason, man.
Absolutely.
There's a fucking reason. And maybe that reason is just to teach me something, or maybe that's
What
to
do you
teach
mean? Give me an example.
when somebody, gets either goes out and relapses or takes their own will back or gets killed in a car accident or something like that. I'm like, how is this good? And then I realize like it's usually weeks, months, or even years later. I'm like, wow.
Before something's revealed.
Yeah. Before I if ever, but I understand that there's reasons for this stuff, and that helps me see the good in others too. Like, all right, this motherfucker cutting me off on the way to work. Like, Jesus, I guess
He's got somewhere to go. I literally, that's the thing I say every time. When someone cuts me off, I'm like, he got to be getting somewhere. But
Not if I could help it.
we have, I got a friend going through a heavy situation. He called me today to work to talk about it. And then during the day, we checked in with each other. Just wanted to make sure he was doing all right. And, he's involved in a situation that it's easy to want to understand it,
Yeah. Oh yeah.
but you can't.
Yeah.
And I said to him, you know what, man? Pray for acceptance. Don't pray for understanding.
Yeah. Yeah.
Exactly.
Because sometimes almost every time you're not gonna get the understanding.
Right.
My job is to get through the situation so that the high is not too high and the low is not too low.
Exactly.
I'm looking for the middle of the road, and is it always easy? No. But I've heard a million times in my life, what is good for you ever comes easy.
Yeah.
Right. That's
You know, but I want to be a quitter. I want to be lazy. I want nothing to be difficult.
I know.
But how unrealistic is that? Because up until we got blessed with this way of life, everything was difficult.
Yeah.
And difficult was just every day.
Daily
day,
operations. Yeah.
Yeah.
And now when you get blessed with this new way of life, and it gets a little smooth, the minute you get a fucking speed bump, you get a little pushback, you're like, holy fuck, this fucking bullshit.
But that's and we talked about that on maybe last episode of episode 4. This and look it up. It's these because we're gonna go there. It's almost impossible for us to not revolt back to old thinking, old behaviors. It's almost impossible in the beginning to not go back that way. But you start using this thing, you start looking up and asking for help, and you start like taking a step back and go, okay, I'm about to do some crazy shit right now. I don't know if I should do that. Let me pick up the phone real quick because I've been doing that for 50 straight days.
And the science behind that is amazing. Like the way that we can relate to this stuff from that was written way back when. We have only recently, within the last 20 years, learned how the disease of addiction affects us, or alcoholism affects us. And it affects us in the core midbrain.
Right.
Responsible for like life-sustaining events. So then why would I think that the thing between my 2 ears can get me out of this thing when it consistently tells me I don't have it, I'm good, and I need this crackhead to live, and I need this drink to live, So it's a power greater than me that can restore me to some peace of mind.
Just enough.
Just
enough. Because I'm never going to be 100%.
Dennis used to say, you can't fix the brain I got with the brain I got.
Right? Do you still, speaking of 100%, you still see butterflies every now and again?
No, I haven't seen a butterfly in a while.
That's good.
It's been winter.
The last time I saw a butterfly was in the winter.
Yeah.
It was like some type of flashback or something, dude. I was in Stop and Shop.
This is what I got.
It wasn't that long ago. I'm in Stop and Shop, and I'm like, what a pretty butterfly, man. It must have came in the box of bananas or something, right?
In the middle.
And I'm like, oh my God,
January.
look at that beautiful butterfly. And the person goes, fucking butterfly? What the fuck? I'm like, yeah. I'm like, wait, where the fuck did it go? They're like, it's February. And I'm like, oh, jeez.
Hey.
Every once in a while, something, a little trail here and there.
Yeah, that's cool.
It's to be expected.
Yeah.
Drugs are bad, okay? Man, I put a lot of freaking stuff in this body, man. A lot of. I was watching some on LSD last night, and I sat there and thought, and I'm like, again, thank you. How am I still here, man? My God, that stuff, what it does to you, man.
Yeah. I heard a story again about a kid that was selling it at like a rave or something and had a big vial of it and it cracked in his pocket.
Oh,
my God.
And he's still, to this day, man, he's
right.
walking around with sunglasses on,
Yeah.
unicorns and rainbows, and sometimes
I had just got a sheet and I folded it and I tucked it in my sock.
Dumbass.
Get back to Waterbury, got it in New Haven. Got back to Waterbury, I get on a 5-on-5 full court.
Yeah, you couldn't even
Balling.
even peel the sheet apart.
About 15 minutes later, ball goes. I'm like, whoa, what the fuck? I'm like, oh my God. I take it out. It's fucking just a chunk of paper. I'm like,
oh God, here we go.
might as well suit up for this one. This one's gonna be. It's crazy.
Oh my God.
No
Good
bueno.
times.
No bueno, man.
Can't do this program by yourself. That's
No.
for
No, I
sure.
cannot.
Need a HP.
I did my program for a lot of years,
Yeah.
and it always got me to the program.
That's right.
All the time.
I used to say it all the time. You'll never hear me say I'm working my program. My program runs me right into a brick wall, and then I'm homeless, and then I go to prison.
Do
After
not
I break everybody's heart.
ever work my program.
No.
Trust me, don't do it.
Tried and true to fail.
But I think a lot of this talk gets tied into, you say it all the time, when you're new in recovery, sobriety, it ain't gonna feel good right away.
How can it?
That's right.
How could
You
it
got
possibly?
too much going on. But what you can do, if you just look at it for what it is, you can start to see it's a little easier, right?
If you really look hard at it.
That's right.
That's right.
And that's the thing that you got to focus on. And that it brings you right back to it could have been a gratitude topic.
Yeah.
Is that, you know what, man? I'm grateful at least tonight I'm going to go to bed and I ain't got to worry about who I robbed today.
You ain't got to worry about no cops coming.
Nothing.
No warrants.
Right.
Maybe. I mean, you might have served them already, but that don't matter.
But that's what I'm saying. It's just the ability to look outside myself instead of, because I'm so good at looking inward negatively that I can't see that the fruits are, this way of life is so amazing. It begins to bear fruit almost immediately. But unless it's a fucking watermelon that big, I ain't seeing it.
Yeah. You want the job, all that material outside, shiny stuff.
Right.
Yeah, but if I can only talk about myself, the thorough ass whooping that I got out there.
Yeah.
The next immediate gratitude, immediately, I am so happy to be in rehab again.
Yeah.
I am so happy. I got some food coming. I got a clean bed with clean sheets. Like, I already have never had it so good.
That's right.
You know what I mean? It was immediate, but it just grows and grows and grows.
I was talking with a kid today at work, ironically, and he was talking to somebody. Now, he's from, I don't know where, but, third world country where poverty, a lot of destitute, and
Arkansas?
And he was saying, sometimes, I'll send my cousin $20, and he's beyond grateful.
Yeah.
And you give somebody a 20 here, they look at you like, where's the rest?
Yeah, you remember when they used to ask you for a quarter?
Now it's money. Paper.
$5 this guy asked me for. I'm like, $5? I'm like, damn, inflation's even affecting the panhandlers over here.
But I am a firm believer in the true testament to say that and I know you were going to say the same thing, if my life wasn't as difficult as it was, I could not be who I am today.
Right. No, yeah. Right.
No For me, that was, I'm not saying like I would begrudge somebody that had a high bottom.
Right.
Because really, inside, I'm jealous.
Yeah.
I'm jealous.
We've had high bottoms. Though.
Yeah, right.
You know what I mean? And I told guys like that, they were like, well, I wasn't as bad as you. I'm like, why the fuck would you want to get that bad?
Right.
Take the one you got now, brother, and run.
We didn't start out this bad.
Dude, I used to have a house, kids, cars, the job. I've had all that stuff.
Right.
Yeah. Oh, my God. I wasn't as bad as you. Why the fuck do you want to go there, bro? I didn't want to go there.
Trust me.
Trust me, you don't want that shit.
Yeah. You don't got to roll around in the gutter to get this thing.
No, you don't, man. So,
but really, I think that there's a lot to be said. The simple statement that I would make is take the blinders off.
That's it.
You take the blinders off, you can start to see things that you have yet to see. Because why? I'm always just looking at myself. I'm always consumed with myself. And guess what? I have done nothing with my life up until this point. So what do I have to be happy for? What do I have to be grateful for?
Right. Yeah.
Forget about the fact that I'm still breathing, that I can literally put a sentence together.
Yeah.
Those are just taken for granted.
Yeah.
But I want everything. There was this other woman, and I found her on YouTube. She was a singer. And I think her name, her stage name was like Nightbird or some shit. Amazing, but she had cancer, and she said in her little onstage interview thing, she's like something like, "You can't wait for life to not be hard in order to be happy."
Yeah.
Life is going to happen, bro.
That's fucking awesome.
This is coming from a girl that knew she was dying.
Yeah.
you know, and the song she wrote was "It's All Right."
That's all right.
It's all right.
You
No
could be-
matter what you're going through at any given time, it's all right.
And you can be happy at the
You
moment.
can be if you choose to be.
Yeah.
Or you could throw your hands up in the air and say, "Oh, fuck my life.
Yeah.
Look at how horrible." And it brings us right back to the victim mentality last week,
Yeah.
2 weeks ago, and then that's it. But when I heard her say that, I was like, man, I can really relate. For so many years, I walked around miserable.
I have it the worst.
Oh my god.
If you had my life.
Yeah, you do what I do too.
Life.
We gotta be
I always wanted to be a grown-up adult
yeah. Till it came.
till it came. And I'm like, oh, this grown-up adult shit sucks.
Yeah, this ain't
For
no
the
good.
birds.
Nah, I love
Where
it.
we
I
at
love
time
it.
wise?
We're
ready.
ready, buddy.
Already.
Yeah, we're ready.
So anyway, guys, like, subscribe, share. Love us to death.
Give us any sound effects tonight.
And yo, that's
One
right.
time.
No sound effects.
One time, all night.
And his name is John C. So anyway, subscribe, like, share. John, you want to give it to them one more time where they can do all this crazy stuff like, subscribe, share.
Hell yeah, I
House
do.
to the
So again, we are on, our email is subspodcast1@gmail.com. YouTube is at subspodcast. Instagram is subspodcast1. We're on the tickety talk with a subs dot podcast 1. And that, I think, is what we got.
Thank you so much for that. Again, like, subscribe, share, and comments. We love the comments. And if you have any suggestions for us,
Yeah, especially ones that we don't already do.
yeah, ones that we don't do, ones that we might do that you like that we do, ones that you might want to hear more of. Topics. You guys want to send some topics our way. Send some topics our way.
Yes. Send
And
them
all
away.
that stuff. And again, we didn't forget about the one time, bro. I love this part of the segment. It really shows what an idiot we really are when we're under the influence and going by our own will. So tonight's one time, bro, is sponsored by Jonathan. What do you
Yeah.
got, buddy?
All right, brother. Well,
One time.
I live with roaches. About 10 of them.
About 10 of them.
about 10 of them. So, my one time, bro, you guys know a little bit about my story. I didn't have, we talked about this in the beginning, the best track record with motor vehicles. So, I guess my one time, bro, will be one of these one times with motor vehicles. And this was early on in my journey of drinking and drugging. So this goes back to when I was in college, and mind you, I got into college on a not a full scholarship, but a granted scholarship for my artistic abilities, and I went for a bachelor's of fine arts, knowing damn well I'm an art major, man. All I got to do is draw. I don't got to take tests and anything. That's cool.
Drawer, you're a good drawer.
I am a fantastic drawer. So you could put clothes in me and everything. Your socks, you know, I can make a sock drawer. So when I went there, I was fully committed. After the first week of weirdness, I was like, dude, this is fucking awesome, man. Like, there's women here.
A lot of drinking.
A lot of drinking.
That's what college is all
Lot
about.
of
Screw
No
learning.
responsibilities.
Oh my God, it was glorious. I did not care about the massive amounts of debt I was incurring. So,
It's not even real.
not even real, just
It's fake money.
numbers on the computer that whatever. And so we, you know, we were a small school, and so I was friends with a lot of the sports teams. Mind you, I had no athletic ability, so there was no way I was playing in any of those teams. But I enjoyed the camaraderie of afterwards, the games. We'd get fucked up, we'd get drunk, and
It's here for the after party.
yeah, that's
Yo, you
all.
didn't play sports?
Dude, I was forced to play sports in high school, but I sucked.
I always thought that you'd be a good basketball player for some reason.
My hands, they're not big enough. They're not
Well, I
big
mean,
enough.
Bro,
Can't palm a
don't
ball.
let me get the rock, bro.
Yeah, and the coordination was out of control. But half the time I was fucking stoned, so I'd like miss the ball and like it
You're
hit me in
shooting for the
head.
other team, scoring points.
One day I had severe deja vu because of getting hit in the head playing basketball, and I was like,
Sidetrack.
the whole day was like, this has happened before. This has happened before. So we're in college with, you know, the men's basketball team either lost or won. I don't know what the fuck happened, but we went out drinking.
They won or they lost.
I knew that.
So it led to drinking. So
led to drinking.
Win or lose, baby.
And I went to school.
Jonathan wins.
I win. And we went out partying with them down in White Plains, is where close to where my college was. So that whole Ave, anybody from White Plains will know this. I don't know the name of the road. I can just brain farting, but there's just bars up and down. Now, at this point in my life, I was not bad enough to my parents to see the debauchery.
Your father's car.
Yeah. So my father, this is how I transitioned. This is how I got my dad's car down at school. I originally went down there with one car, and I would come home on weekends, do laundry and stuff, and 684 would just fly. So I was getting speed tickets every weekend, 80, 85, 90, and this is before the 65. It was 55, so I was getting banged. One day I thought I was doing a responsible thing. I went home and I left. I had a buddy drive me home, and I left the keys. Nobody was home. On the counter, I wrote a note. I can't have this car, right? So I went without a car for like, I don't know, maybe a month. And my dad had gotten a 3 Series convertible BMW.
Nice.
And he was like, I can't drive this car. It's hurting my hips or something.
He's a big guy, too. That's a small car for him.
Yeah. So he's like, you know what? You take it. You know, use it down at school. I was like, all right, Dad, you know.
I'll do you a favor.
I'll do
Thanks,
you one.
Pop.
Sure. So I got the car down there, and, you know, here I am with this beautiful BMW convertible, you know, just pimping. Big dog, you know, flossing money I ain't got.
Yeah.
And we went out drinking after this party, and I was like, I'll drive, dude. I got my dad's whip.
That's an alcoholic phrase right there. We went out drinking after this party.
I'll drive. And I'll drive.
And I'll drive.
I get it.
I'll drive.
Watch this, guys.
To watch this, the top goes down. Beep. So we go out, you know, to White Plains, and we're hitting bar after bar, and I'm chasing the ladies, and I'm like, you know, living on top of the world. And you know, finally, bars are starting to close, which is cool. In New York, bars didn't close till 4 a.m. Yeah, these suckers in Connecticut had to be out by 2, not us. So
we had to make other arrangements.
Yeah, like the American Legion.
Yeah, the after hours.
Yeah. So I'm like, all right, it's time to go. We're getting kicked out. They're turning the lights on in the bar, and you know, me and a group of people are leaving, and one of the guys is this like 6'10" dude, you know, basketball player, is like, yeah, I'll hop in with you. I was like, sweet, dude. So it's just the 2 of us in this convertible, and then the girls are following us back to campus. College is like 5 minutes down the road from White Plains, 5 minutes, and I'm like showing off, you know, I'm fucking flossing, top down.
And middle of the winter.
In the middle of the winter, definitely, because that's when basketball is. That's right. It was definitely middle of the winter. And I come to a stoplight, and they're right next to me. And I'm like, I lean over to the dude in the car. I was like, watch this. And the
Famous last words.
The light turns green. Now, most of these BMWs, the older ones, were rear-wheel drive. And I pin it, and the car just goes sideways. They go ahead. My car goes pretty fast straight, and then there's a turn, and it's still going straight because the tail end is just, you know, out of control. I hit the curb, bounce off of one, start hitting the other curb. And the whole time, as we're in this car, this dude has no seatbelt on, and he's so big that I just see him. I'm like, he could literally slap the street signs.
Oh my God, dude.
Spinning in circles. So
not one time do you say I should take my foot off of this gas pedal.
No way. Wheels are still spinning until the rims, like the tires, burnt off, you know, or hit the curbs and ripped off. But this is the craziest part of the story.
This part's crazy.
So we had done 360s all the way to the intersection underneath this light. You know, it's 4 o'clock in the morning. Nobody's out driving, thank God. The roll bars had popped up in the back of the car because it's like the anti-tip thing. You think you're going to tip, roll bars pop out like, you know, airbags. We come to a halt. Smoke everywhere. My dude, I'm looking to him like, are you still got all your limbs and shit? You know, that's all I need. All-star basketball player lost his limb in a fucking spin out. And I'm able to drive the car to the gas station, like right across the street. And I'm like, fuck, dudes, what am I going to do? I just wrecked the car. And all, you know, girls stopped and everybody stopped. And we all pull into Mobile. A state trooper pulls out, comes off the exit, drives right by us. I was like, everybody act cool. Act fucking cool.
Be cool.
Just keeps going right up the road. I was like, whew. So I'm like, oh, what am I going to do? Not the responsible thing, like call a tow truck. I was like, dude, we got to get this back to school. We got to get this back. I did have some inkling of, insight. I was like, I probably shouldn't drive it back to school, because I'm fucked up, obviously. I did this. So one of my buddies like, I'll do it.
Let's get the other fucked up guy.
Yeah, I'll do it. I'll do it. I'll take it. So this car, my guy, the curbs are like 1.5 feet solid
Granite.
not doing shit. The rims are so fucked on this car, but for some reason it still turns on and runs because the engine wasn't fucked up. So we drive this thing about top speed of 10 miles an hour, maybe, back to campus. And it's literally doing that.
Oh, yeah.
Lights are flashing. I'm like, bro, just get it back to school. Get it back to school. And I got it back to school, and that was and actually, I don't know where it is anymore, but they videotaped me having to call my family to tell me, like, bro, I fucked this. And I'm not an idiot. I don't call my dad. I call my mom.
You call your mom.
Call mommy.
Absolutely, dude.
And I'm like, the waterworks are gone. I was a mess. That didn't stop me, though.
I don't know what happened. I came outside. The car's like that.
You know what? Well, that's what I would have done, because I've done that before, where I am immediately calling the cops saying the car was stolen.
Car was stolen, bro. Car was stolen.
They took the keys first.
And you know what I got?
No, you throw the keys.
And you know what I got a month later? This is
Another car.
a Porsche.
Oh my God.
944.
From the old man.
The old man.
We got to talk to him.
We got to get him on the show.
He couldn't drive that car. It was a 5-speed, and he couldn't
He's
fucking
too big.
Yeah.
He likes
the
small little
sports
sports car.
He's a small man inside.
Yeah. He does these
But he
weird...
couldn't
So, back to our topic.
God
Right?
working in my
Dude.
life, bro. Saved my ass.
You ever talk to that basketball player?
No, but I just saw him the other day on Facebook. I saw like a post. He's still doing good, Wife, kids, probably. Yeah, I think wife and kids.
Well,
living
terrified
life.
of driving passenger cars.
Doesn't
I'll
frequent
drive
white
from here on
plane
out.
anymore.
But yeah, dude. And it doesn't stop us.
No.
Jonathan's one time, bro.
That's my one time, bro.
Jumping granite curbs.
Jumping. I like to do, vehicular aerobatics is what I call it.
nice
It's a
word.
whole niche.
I love it.
Aerobatics.
Yeah.
Oh my God, we are
I say
absolutely blessed to be here, man. We're absolutely touched by God.
What is the word?
A word?
Acrobatics?
Acrobatics. There you go.
You were close.
Autobatics.
Boom.
He was close.
Pretty close. So, guys, episode 7
In the
In
bag,
the can,
baby.
as they say.
Bag it up.
Enjoy it. Watch it.
Love it.
Like it.
Subscribe. Share.
Share it.
If you have any comments, comment.
And the only reason, the main reason we want this shared is so we could spread the message. Yeah. If you need, like Dino says in the beginning, if you got a guy that's not doing so hot, might need some help, listen to this. See if you identify with any of this stuff.
Yeah.
And if you do, shoot us an email.
Shoot
Let
us an
know what
email.
we need.
You have something you're not sure about. You don't want to go ask somebody face to face. Shoot us an email. You ain't got to tell us your name. Nothing. We'll try to give you the best answer we possibly can right here.
Right here,
You
right
know what
now.
I mean? Right here, right now. All right, guys. Thank you for being a friend.
Thank you for being a friend. Travel down the road and back again.
It's a cow.
Now we can put those things up.